Hello, everyone, and welcome to my live show. And I hope you're all well. And thank you for Patricia for actually getting to the live show. I really do appreciate it. If I am looking down, it's because I've got a laptop here, and this is where the chat is. Okay, but I'll try to focus on the camera. I'm still in this kind of looks like a $10 a night room, but I think if you follow me on Patreon, you'll know where I am and why I'm here. Okay. So, hello everyone. We will get to the topic. We will get to the topic. I've been kind of, I don't know why I got these energies, like more from the Queen. Um, I feel the Queen looking back at her life like a movie, and also Prince Charles. We have this memorial service today. Um, I don't feel that, and I know this is like a bit contentious issue, but I don't feel that Prince Philip was all that of a perfect man. I feel that he was a very kind of flawed, and we will go through this reading. Um, I don't feel that he got everything right. I think he thought that he got everything right. But in terms of parenting with Prince Charles and being husband to Queen Elizabeth, especially the younger days of their marriage, I don't feel that he. Um, but I get that he was from a very kind of dysfunctional background, was brought up very kind of cold and no kind of unconditional love. It seemed, what I pick up intuitively, it's like he was brought up with no love, and he was trying to be the husband of the Queen trying to be the Queen consort. But I think he got an awful lot of that wrong. I think he got quite. I think he did better as he got older. But I don't feel that he actually looked into the mirror and actually said, "I got this wrong. I got that wrong." So I feel with this memorial service that actually the um, you know the bishop there actually said in the speech, and he would have had to put that by Prince Charles and the Queen, and Prince Charles, I feel, may have written that kind of speech, what was to be in it, because saying that it could be, and it didn't surprise me actually that these words came up in the memorial. I was surprised that it was even filmed. Um, that he could be sharp in his words and attitude. He could be quite sarcastic. It could be quite cutting. They didn't mention that, but he also could be very intimidating. Now they wouldn't have added that to that memorial service unless that was something they wanted to lay down and put closure on. Okay. So I must admit, I'm no big fan. I'm no big fan of Prince Philip. I never have been. I feel all this like Mr. Perfect. I don't believe he was a Mr. Perfect. The way that I pick up intuitively, I don't feel that he was a Mr. Perfect. Um, and trying to make him, trying to put that square peg in a round hole and ignore the elephant in the room is not the way to go. And I feel this speech by this bishop was reflecting on that. We can't ignore the elephant in the room. Lots of people have been offended by what Prince Philip has said. Um, I mean, what made him into that very kind of came across as quite heartless, sarcastic, um, quite sharp, and someone to be frightened of. And what made him into that kind of man? I'm going to look into that with a reading, but also I want to actually look into, and I hope we've got a few more people to come on for this live show, because I said that I wouldn't do royals, but I think I think I was pointing the finger at Meghan Markle. I don't want to do about Meghan and Harry anymore. I think it's kind of all been said about them, but I don't mind doing the odd royal reading like this. Okay. Now, what I pick up on him intuitively, he was asserting his authority and trying to find his place within. He was quite a young guy too when he married the Queen, and I would say that he was looking for his own identity back then. I don't feel that he'd explored the world how he felt that he should have explored the world. I feel that his good looks and his charisma and the way that he can seduce ladies was kind of used to actually seduce the Queen. Okay. I also get that it was like an exchange, it was like a contract in a way. I feel that, going back in that day, and even today, those sort of circles marry within their own circles, and especially if it's the future King of England or the future Queen of England. Everybody wants to try to marry the future King and Queen of England because it's very powerful. So you get very narcissistic kind of people, parents. I'm not saying that Kate's parents are like that, not at all. But I get, it used to be like that. I think it's still a bit like that, right? Now I think we get aristocratic families that only allow their children to actually marry aristocrats, and they have to be earning a certain amount of money, and they have to be, they have to be the top kind of millionaires, and so it's still like that. But back in that day, it was more, if you got married to a royal, it improved your status quite dramatically. And I felt that this marriage between the Queen and Prince Philip, I feel on his part was very much, he had the looks, he had the charm, he had the grooming, um, he had the, he could seduce women, no problem at all seducing females. I feel that he used all of these things to actually get to marry the Queen. I wouldn't say, I feel there's a little bit of ruthlessness there. Please put your comments there in the comment section. I feel there was ruthlessness. I'm picking up intuitively. This is not, I don't live on moonbeams and fairy tales. I don't, and I don't believe that for one moment that Prince Philip was Mr. Perfect. Not at all. I think he could have a cruel tongue. I think he has had a cruel tongue with the Queen. I feel that she's heard him being very quite cold and calculating, and she's been quite shocked by that. But when you marry someone, especially if you're the Queen, you can't just go and divorce them because you are the head of the church. I also pick up intuitively that the Queen at some point felt that she didn't feel that she was with the right person. Um, let's look at this closely. He cheated. He had affairs. And I would like to look into why he had affairs when he was with the most important woman in the whole of the world. Why on earth would he want to have affairs with cheap actresses? Uh, Yeah, and I want to look into this because I do pick up intuitively, and I can't wait to get on here to do this intuitive energy reading because I was picking up on all sorts today. I said, you're making out him to be Mr. Perfect, and he was never Mr. Perfect. And I get energies here where the Queen was heartbroken at times because of Philip. They went through some very difficult marital problems. Um, and I feel that, and I've got my deck here, which I've shuffled already. I spent a lot of time shuffling it and getting it ready for this reading um, to see what energies that we could get here. So thank you for coming to the chat. I hope we get a few more people, but maybe not. Hi there. Hi Patricia. Hi Helen. Lovely to see you. And hi Lisa James. Hi everyone. It's lovely. Like I said, I hope we get a few more people on here because this is quite interesting. It's my take on this Memorial Day today. I feel it was tinged with some sadness here because I feel as you get older, especially as you get to the age of the Queen, your memory becomes a lot more acute. And she will remember those days where she found it quite difficult with Prince Philip. And towards the end, I feel he got a bit cantankerous too as he got older. So it was not just his younger days; it was as he got older too. He was just saying what he felt without any kind of censoring. And if anybody from the royal family is intrigued and is watching this, I doubt it. But if you are, you're probably thinking, "Wow, you're absolutely correct here," because there's respect for Prince Philip, but especially Prince Charles, I feel he's very troubled by the way that his father treated him growing up, and he still struggles with that. He still struggles with the way that his father. It's like he bullied him, and I'm sorry, but I'm saying this as it's coming through. I get Prince Charles felt that his father bullied him. The Queen actually, there was some kind of resentment there because of, the future power of Charles, his son. So there's definitely a friction there, like a father-son friction. I just have to say I'm not a big fan. I picked up all along something very shady about him, and I think I am right there. Um, I don't want to go into the Princess Diana thing, but I feel that he didn't like her at all. I think anything that I get like he instigated with Charles to actually make him a failure in his marriage. there was some kind of resentment towards his son being the future king, and he may have sabotaged that, especially um, encouraging him from a very young age to have affairs. Sorry, that's what I'm getting. Encouraging Charles to have affairs. And I feel that Charles knows that he kind of realizes this with his father. Now, I've pulled some cards out here, and let's get along with the reading. We've not got an awful lot of people here, but I hope we do get some people to come and put your comments in the comment section what you feel. I know this is going to be offensive. I know that some people are going to be offended by this, but I think I am really putting my finger on the nerve here, and not, I'm certainly not ignoring the elephant in the room. Okay. So the first card that I get here, I've got my new deck, and I just absolutely adore this new deck. But the first card that I get here, and I can't show you pulling these out, but I get the art of seduction. The art of seduction. He was not, I have to say, he was not a very trustworthy man. He knew how to seduce ladies. He was good looking. He used his charms, and he knew how to do this. Okay, he was very kind of also, he was a very upstanding. Well, say upstanding. He was, from a very from an aristocratic. Maybe you know more than that. I haven't done any research on Philip for this, but maybe you know more than what I know about his background. But I get he was very much, he used his charm, he used his looks, his charisma to he knew how to do that. He knew how to um, and I get this card here, which is the perfect key. Okay. The perfect key. The perfect key is this was an opportunity. Although he had, sorry, waving, although he had a number of keys to choose from, and so did the Queen, he had the ultimate key here, which was going to open the heart here of the Queen of England. And this was an amazing opportunity. He was holding the key to the heart of the Queen, future Queen of England. And I'd say that this was I don't feel that he loved her at the beginning. I feel it was all very ambitious. It was about being ambitious and marrying into the most powerful family you can marry into. Okay. Now, he was he kind of took his time with Elizabeth, and he was a very kind of calming, because she was going to be the future queen, and it was all very kind of a lot of anxiety around this. And I get the lullaby. And Prince Philip was a very calming influence, but he did this kind of strategically to be her rock here, to be her rock, to help her with her duties. He did this right from the beginning, to be there for her, um, for this this, look at this, the next card, for this transformation of the Queen and the Queen to become the Queen of England when they first got married. So it was very kind of a stable rock. And that's the way that he came across. And I get here the Queen Bee, but the Queen knew, the Queen Bee, that she was the ultimate one in control here. She was the one that actually she was in control. But he didn't like it. He didn't like the fact that she was in control. And someone put there, which is quite strange because I pulled out another card here. Lord Mountbatten coached him. I absolutely, yeah, I get the connections here. This card is, it's all connected. It's all connections, okay? It's all connections. And Lord Mountbatten, I feel, coached him and had this ambition for him. I don't feel that he was in love with her. I feel it was all ambition and that he did his duty and he kept up with that. He kept up with, we're here to do our duty. We're here to do our duty. And their marriage was duty. Their marriage was duty. And he listened. He listened to that. He listened to the fact that she needed a rock, somebody to rely on, but in exchange for that, he would get status, you know. And this was going to take Prince Philip into a new direction. And let's not forget that he was actually very young when he met the Queen too. A little bit older than the Queen, but I think he was still quite young. And I get this was taking him into a new direction that I don't even feel that he knew what this new direction was. When they got married, and I think if you've watched The Crown or anything like that, and I pick up energies that he didn't like the fact that a woman was more powerful than him. And I feel this is where the friction was between the Queen and Prince Philip for some time. And so he adopted this kind of sharp, kind of sarcastic, put down kind of humour that put other people down but actually elevated him. And so I'm kind of looking into, why did he cheat on the Queen? Why did he have affairs when he got the most powerful woman in the world? Because I also get crossing with that is that, yeah, he'd like to be in charge. Absolutely, Patricia. So I actually get here that he could not tolerate not being in charge. And I think you've put your finger right on it there. And I have to say, but if you want to bring a woman psychologically, if you want to make a woman feel humiliated, bring her down and bring a woman beneath you, the way to do that in a very manipulative way would be to have an affair. To somebody like the Queen would think she was the best choice and the most powerful woman in the whole world. But I do get this where he could not stand that. He could not stand being second place. So I feel there was a power struggle there. Absolutely, definitely a power struggle. I feel this really confused the Queen. I feel the Queen kind of sees this as she's getting older. She's always known that he's always wanted to be more powerful than her. Um, and that's quite hard. That's difficult. I don't feel that's love. I don't feel that's love. I feel it's duty. It's duty. And I feel the Queen, even the Queen now, although she has a lot of respect for Prince Philip, I feel that their marriage wasn't for love. I feel it was for duty. And so people would say, well, what do you call love? You know, what is it that you call love? Because love is somebody being there for you, being your rock, being somebody to lean on, being somebody. I don't feel that he listened too much to her when she was going through very difficult times as a queen at the beginning, as the queen. I feel that their marriage was on the rocks for quite some time. I think the Queen would agree to that too. I think she would. So I get that. I do get here. I don't think he was a perfect man. I'm not a big fan of Prince Philip. I feel that he had affairs behind the Queen's back because it made him feel more powerful. Um, and he had affairs with women, beautiful women, very talented women, but also less status than the Queen. Um, and he brought up his own son, Charles, to do the same, which he did. He got married to Diana, and he was having affairs with an illicit affair with, an open affair with Camilla. So the next card that I pull out here, the next card I get here is the secrets. Okay, there's lots of secrets, and again, I get the keys here, the choices of the keys, the opportunist and the opportunity of the bunch of keys. It seems like we get the bunch of keys with Prince Philip all the time, looking at his choices and opportunities. Okay, and we also get the keyhole here, which is, um, I mean, that could indicate that he's an opportunist. He had choices. He kept this very secret too, because this card is the secrets of these many, many choices and opportunities, which were his mistresses. Okay, his mistresses. I feel that there will be a book that comes out about the way that he that it seemed like he had an addiction. It may have been a narcissist too that needed to feel, needed the validation to make him feel powerful. Um, Now, all the time, there's this elephant. Okay, this was in the marriage of the Queen and Prince Philip. There was always this elephant in the room, but look at the owls sitting on top of the elephant. The owls on top of the elephant is, we're watching you, we're spying on you. And all the time there was, people knew that he was blatantly cheating. They knew that he was betraying the Queen of England. Now, why would a man do that? Like I said, psychology wise, a man, what if you want to bring a woman to rock bottom and bring her down a peg or two, you would have an affair with somebody less, less than your wife. Say your wife is kind of Miss World and the Queen of England, and you didn't feel anywhere that you could match that and be treated equal because all along Prince Philip wanted to be an equal to the Queen, and he was never going to be an equal to the Queen. So I feel that he had these open affairs to actually humiliate the Queen. And people say, you know, that's days gone by. We should forget all of that. You know, he spent years and years within the monarchy and that marriage. He didn't have a choice. He didn't have a choice but to stay in that marriage. He even taught his own son to be like that. And but there are treasured memories, okay? Lots of treasured memories of the years of him being a father to his children, actually acting as a father. Lots of cherished memories here, but there is these bad memories, and I feel this is why this was mentioned in the memorial service, that he could be quite cold in the way he's sharp and quite intimidating, because he had to be more powerful. Okay, he had to be more powerful. So I get here, the elixir of life was the ladies. Okay, I feel that he taught Andrew and Charles that the elixir of life is the ladies. And look what problems they've got because of that. And there is a the white rose of hope. The white rose of hope is that this is the Queen. I feel that she hoped that this would stop, but I do feel that the Queen has to kind of look in the mirror. She must have looked in the mirror when she was younger and looked at herself and said, "How can I stop this?" But I feel she accepted it. It was something that she was told that you know that she was told that she should accept, but she was the Queen. Wasn't it the Queen that should do all of this, not her? You know, you know, if that was back in the day of Henry VIII, they would have been, you know, they would have been beheaded. But anyway, so I get here the white rose of hope, and I also get the next card here is the Queen. Actually does look like the Queen. Actually, she would go to the moon and back for Philip. Because she has to have a very secure marriage, and she would have gone to the moon and back for him. The moon and back, and that's we have two cards here, which is the moon and back and the rose of hope. The moon and back and the rose of hope. That's definitely the Queen's energies. That is the Queen's energies. So she allowed him to try to stop him from having these damn affairs, which I feel that he did to actually bring her down to elevate his status, to allow him some kind of tiny triumphs, not big triumphs, but tiny triumphs, and try to touch the sky, and feel important. Okay, that was the problem with Prince Philip, but he could not stop his wild kind of ways. I get always seducing women, thinking, even educating his own sons, Andrew and Charles, that there's nothing like these ladies, because he was stranded. He was trapped and he was stranded. I think he'd been trapped since he was a boy with no anchor. Since Prince Philip was a boy, he's had no anchor. And I feel that he was stranded here within the royal family and he could not get out of this. Because he was married to the Queen. He was married to the Queen. I don't feel this was a massive love affair between the Queen and Prince Philip. I get a friendship. I get duty, friendship, and I get here, my dear friend. I feel that she would call him my dear friend. My dear friend. The thing is with Prince Philip, he had a duty to, he was like the rock. Right from the beginning, he was the rock for the Queen. So he was the rock of the royal family, the rock of the royal family, the rock for everyone. I think he got that wrong. I feel he got that wrong. I did get Lord Mountbatten coached him to be her rock, but I think he got that wrong. Um, and I feel that he taught his sons that to be happy in a marriage, you have to have outside affairs. Um, I don't even feel that Prince Philip knew how to love in a deep way. So I get here, he kept it very like a rock. He kept that family. As I think they've said that. I feel that Princess Anne said that he was a rock, but that I feel that's what she means. He was a rock to keep that royal family together. Um, if you had a problem, you could go to Prince Philip and talk to him, and he would help you try to resolve it. That's what he did with the Queen, okay? If she had an issue with anything that was relating to royal difficulties, being the Queen, she would go to him and talk to him first. Um, so, yeah, he was very much a rock. So he kept this as like the protective nest, okay, of the family, of the royal family, keeping the royal family together, the protective nest. And keeping, look at this, my home is my castle. My home is my castle. So finishing this reading off here on this Memorial Day of all these intuitive energies. And I'm sorry I'm looking down because I'm looking at your messages there on this laptop. I would say that I think if you go back and look at this again, at this reading, although all the intuitive energies are there of how, and whatever built him to be this kind of man was his childhood. He got a lot of things wrong. I don't feel that he received the motherly love that he should have received. Um, I don't feel he knew what love was. I feel that he struggled with a woman being more powerful than him, and but he stuck it there. He stuck it out. He stuck it out, and he did his duty. And that's what I'm getting here. He did his duty. I don't get love. I think he did his duty. And it's very poignant. Some of these cards are very poignant, and especially the one where the stranded card, it was like he was stranded within the royal family, being married to, being in this, the royal, yeah, I get this energy of feeling, feeling stranded. So, guys, thank you for coming. Any questions on this interesting intuitive read? I love doing these readings. I really do. But again, I'm sorry if I'm looking down because I've got a camera here and I've got my laptop down here. I just wish there were more people that come on live, but they're probably watching the memorial service, which there wasn't much of it, to be honest. Um, so Nana Rosebud, hi. Um, the royal family is only interested with partner with royal blood. Yeah, it's I just feel those circles don't marry for love as such. It's more of a like a contract. Um, and Karen, hi Karen, you feel that he was closer to his daughter Anne than his own wife, the Queen. Well, that can be quite upsetting, you know, that was the case. Yeah, anyway, this is the energies that I pick up here. Um, I you know you know it's I don't feel that it was as perfect as what they're making out him to be perfect, the perfect guy. I don't feel that he was a perfect guy. I don't think so. And in terms of Diana, I think he hated Diana and encouraging his own son to have affairs. I mean, is there any wonder that actually Charles had an affair? Because he watched his father have affairs, so he would have thought that would have been normal to do so. Um, and also Andrew running around with young girls and on yachts and these wild kind of islands with Mr. Epstein. Is that any wonder if two boys in well, three boys. We've got Edward. Edward was not like that. Edward, I think he was younger, wasn't he? I feel that I don't feel that he was the perfect man. I feel that he encouraged Charles to cheat on Diana. Um, I don't feel there's any morals there when it comes to women. So um, a man like that, I don't respect a man like that. I don't, because a man like that knows what they're doing. They're manipulating a situation. So it actually humiliates their wives to actually make them look like less important. You know, it's a mind game. It's a mind game which could actually send you absolutely mentally insane, and that could have been one of the reasons why Princess Diana had these mental health issues. Now, I hope you've enjoyed that, guys, and I'm just going to read some more. Hi, Helen. Um, do I feel that the Queen is sick? I feel that I actually feel that the Queen is looking at. You know, I'm not 90 and I'm not 95, but intuitively, I can feel what it possibly would feel like at 95 years old. When you get to that age, you would tend to look back at, because you know you're less able and agile, but your mind is still kind of sharp. You have some kind of really photographic memory, and it comes at the end of your life, and it's amazing really how it does this. You acutely remember things that happened years ago like it was yesterday, and you will go to sleep at night and you will vividly see these things. You think, wow, you know, how do I remember that? That was like, I remember it. And I feel the Queen as is at a stage of her life where she's remembering her life as a queen. I think she's enjoyed her life as a queen in her later years than when she did in her younger years. Um, because it was so dysfunctional. And she made her own friendships too when she got older. She made her own friendships and connections with people that she wanted to connect with, and I feel that she's been looking at her life like a movie in the last kind of 5 to 10 years, and she's thinking it wasn't that perfect. Prince Philip wasn't that nice to me at times. It could be quite cruel. And I feel she has thought of it. I feel this is why within the memorial speech there, that the bishop actually was truthful, because I feel the Queen is saying you can't say that he was perfect when he wasn't perfect. He could be sharp in his attitude, he could offend people, he was offensive at times. He could be very kind of, you know, I don't know that he was never wrong, and he couldn't be told what to do, and uh, and he liked to put people down and bring them down off the pedestal. So I feel the Queen, I feel that part of that speech was because the Queen, it wasn't that perfect, and Prince Charles and the rest of the royal family agree. No, he wasn't that perfect of a guy. So I can actually follow up this reading with how is the Queen doing, and how is she health wise. I feel that she's remembering, not just remembering, she's kind of saying, why did that happen? Why did he feel that way? Why? Lots of things go through her mind like that. Um, and there was a possible affair with Porchy. I think she was very fond of him. She liked horses. He liked race horses. Uh, so, um, but I don't. I mean, it's difficult because I don't want to bring up these on his Memorial Day that he's not such a perfect guy. But I feel the royal family would agree, and I'm not a big fan of Prince Philip. In all honesty, to me, it's obvious what he's like, and painting him to be a perfect man is not the right thing to do. Um, and I'm going to end it there. Okay, not that he's done a lot of good things with charity work, with this Prince of Edinburgh awards thing, and of youngsters. Um, but he's made a lot of mistakes, I feel. So I'm going to leave it there, guys. And I hope you've enjoyed this alternative look at this memorial service. Um, I look at it as it is, it is what it is. It is what it is. Okay, so sorry, it's not professional, oh, look at this. I've got this like cheap bed here, and I'm at a university right now, and I shouldn't complain. I quite enjoy being here, but it's not the ideal backdrop. Okay, so we have to put up with this while I'm out on the road. I am back at home in 2 days, so for a week or so. So I will be doing some more readings. Okay, from home with a bit of backdrop and possibly a little bit more makeup, because I did not bring my makeup bag or anything with me. So I'm pretty much naked, as per se. And I hope you enjoyed that. I can't paint somebody to be a magnificent man when I don't feel he was. And I'm going to leave it there. Okay. Sending you love, everyone, and goodbye. Thank you for coming, and bye for now. Bye bye.